أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام ميم ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين. Surah Al Baqarah. Yesterday we talked about quite a few things, which was the introduction to the surah. There was one or two things that we have left because of the time and for some other reasons. One of them was the revelation order of this surah. The Quran that we have in front of us, Al-Fatiha, according to majority, is not the first surah that was revealed, even though there is an opinion that it was first. However, the other surahs, there are lots of ikhtilaf that what number it was revealed. So the Quran that we have in front of us, it is not as if one was revealed in order system. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed one surah in one time, another surah another time. However, the order that we have, Fatiha number 1, Baqarah number 2, and so on, this was not in the revelation order. So according to one opinion, Al-Baqarah was the first surah that was revealed in Medina. So the first surah, it is not like the entire surah was revealed in one time or in 1 year or in 1 month. If the majority of it or the beginning of it was in the first thing that was revealed in Medina. Before that, in Mecca, the last surah was either Wail Mutaffifin, according to one opinion, or Al-Ankabut. That was another opinion. So this was one with the revelation. So it is 87 in number of revelation. And the Mus'haf in front of us is number 2. That's with revelation. Now there are various names the ulama gives, but you see, like in Al-Fatiha, there are like more than 20 names out there, and so on. Majority of these names, they were not given by Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It's either the Sahaba or Tabi'een or the Mufassirun later on that they gave these names. So from those names that the Baqarah has, one of them is called Fustatul Quran, which is basically the army tent. And in the Baqarah we have a big section that talks about jihad. So in here is preparing the army of the Muslims. So this is why it's also called Fustatul Quran. Another name of it is Sanamul Quran, meaning something which is high, on a high stationary. But it's also is the hump of the camel. That's called sanam as well in Arabic language, something which is high. So similarly, this Quran the surah is very lengthy, and as well as it has a very high status. As they come in very hadith, you'll be able to understand that talking about Baqarah and talking about Ali Imran, which leads to the next name. It's called Zahra al-Quran, which means the shining. Al-Baqarah and Ali Imran, these two are given this name. And last one that we know of, all of us know, is Al-Baqarah. And the reason for this, the ulama mentioned, is because we have the story of Baqarah that comes in later on. And this was the shirk that the Yahud did. And this Baqarah, the shirk of this the cow or the bull, it is from very long time. And it was the Fir'aun used to do it. The Bani Israel took the effect of it. We still have people worshipping the cows, the Hindus that we have. And even as far as I know, in my village, when long time ago, they used to say this, that the bull has the earth on their horns. When it gets tired, then it changes to the other side, and that's why we have the quakes. Yeah, so we used to hear these things. I think it comes in one of the Hindus' book, but I don't have the full authentication. But it's not an Islamic thing, but it's just because people had value for Baqarah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings that, especially the Yahud, they had special place in their heart. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings this Baqarah and make them slaughter it and make them kill it with their own hands. So this was related to the names. Now coming to the surah itself, Alif Lam Mim. These are called Al-Huruf Muqatta'at, the letters which are broken into pieces. They're like the one letter. So segments of the surah. And there are around 29 surahs in the Quran where it comes in this fashion. Hamim, Hamim, Ain, Sin, Qaf, Taha, Yasin, and so on. These have come in many, around 29 surahs. Now, the ulama have given their opinions. They have said it could mean this, and it could mean this, and it could mean this. there are around 10 different opinions that we could have talked about today. However, at the end of those opinions that they give, they say, Wallahu a'lamu bi muradi. Allah knows what these actually means. So we're going to say this from the beginning. So we're not going to waste time on that, what it means, what this means, what this, because these are only opinions of the ulama. It does not have any standing with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, neither in the sunnah, neither in the Quran. So we leave that to a side. Now, it leads to a point that why did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mention something in the Quran that we cannot understand? We do not take benefit from it. And this Quran is a book that we're meant to take guidance from. So how do we take benefit from Alif Lam Mim? There are various ways of understanding. However, our current mindset that have been made, it is made in a fashion where basically customers are always right. So meaning my curiosity should be fulfilled in order for me to accept anything. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaches us and tell us how we should come to the Quran, how we meant to see the Quran before we even open it. So it gives us a different attitude toward the Quran. That is, you must accept that you don't know anything. This is what Alif Lam Mim is, that you don't know anything. This is how you're going to come. You're going to come completely empty. You're going to believe that Wallahu ya'lam wa antum la ta'lamun. Allah knows and you don't know. This is going to be right from the beginning. Alif Lam Mim. So no matter what you do, you're not going to be able to understand the things Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prepared for you. So you need to come completely free from all sorts of negative thoughts. That's one. Another is that you don't come to the Quran in a fashion that if I don't understand, if it does not give me what I want, if my feelings are not satisfied, I'm not going to follow. This is not going to be the situation of a person. You're not going to come to the Quran like how we buy books from Amazon on those places and then we give them stars, 1 star or 2 stars and 3 stars. This is not going to be your situation. You're going to come like a beggar. You're going to come a person who is thirsty, and then you will hold on to it. So this is another one. And lastly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to curb your curiosity. You don't spend, like there are people who have written books on many things. Like in the Quran, they will come in places where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the men and the dog. Yeah, and then people have written many things over that. Similarly, they have written many things about these letters, what they are. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to make sure your focus is right. That's why that no matter how, any surah, you find these surahs in these letters, you will say Alif Lam Mim, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ, or Yasin, وَالْقُرْآنِ الْحَكِيمِ, طَاهَ مَا أَنزَلْنَا عَلَيْكَ الْقُرْآنَ لِتَشْقَى. So after these letters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to focus on the Quran. Forget what is this. Don't worry about what this means. Do not have this twisted mind. Do not think that every question is right. Like this is what we have been put, that every question is right. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to take this, throw this to aside. Come to this Quran empty. Come to this Quran in a fashion that you don't know anything. Come to this Quran in a need. Like how, for example, a person who is about to die in desert due to heat, due to not having any water. If someone gives him the water to drink, is he going to ask what is the temperature of the water? Have you put lemon in it? Have you put salt in it? Is he going to ask this, or is he going to grab this and going to drink it? Same thing. You come to the Quran for a purpose. And the next ayah after these letters, Allah tells you what this is. Like ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ, or Yasin wal-Qur'an al-Hakim, or so on. Any these letters that you read straight after that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the Quran. Think about what the Quran is telling you. Allah hasn't told you about Alif Lam Mim. So stay calm, relax. Allah didn't ask you. Allah is not going to question you about. Know your purpose. What is your goal? Do not get twisted with these things. And there is one more thing, and we will end with this, is that when you come with these questions and you expect to be answered, what is this? What mentality is this? It shows that you want to be in control. You cannot be in control when you come to Quran. You got to leave all the controls to aside and come to the Quran. Whatever the Quran, which way it wants you to direct you, you're going to follow that way. And this is the entire purpose of the Quran. So right from the beginning, before even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling you any other words or any other ayats which you can understand, Allah gives you an amazing mindset that come free. come with the need, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will satisfy that need for you. So may Allah make us from those people who understand and who brings the Quran in their lives. Wallahu alam. Subhanakallah bihamdik.